So is, oh my, back to default. So, okay, so back to default. Wow, okay. Okay, that's just gonna loop. Sweet. Let's go to this here and hit okay, and then okay, that's sticking around now. Perfect. Everything is scuffed, man. It's always scuffed and it's always gonna be. I'm trying to stream on YouTube, but it's not taken, so that's wonderful. Let's see if we can get the music up that should have been playing this entire time. And we'll just do this with the music, and like, I don't have to worry about any other audio tracks, right? So which one is this? Voice meter aux. Cool. Let's just verify. I'm looking for aux input, the aux. There we go. The music should be in the background now. Let's see if it worked. It did, baby. Sweet. Okay.
I'm a tyrant that you should trust, and you should let me.
Can we do? Yes, we'll save this. Can we do anything about the YouTube situation? Maybe not at the moment. So, I got a lot of upgrade. Oh my goodness, I don't want to look up during this. I got a lot of upgrades in, and requires my camera to be a little bit weird. So like when I actually look up at my OBS, which I do a lot of the time during the stream, now it looks like I'm looking up. So I'm gonna try to, I don't know, break that habit. For YouTube though, it says that I'm live. Suggestion: the audio bitrate is 0. What? I'm not actually live though, am I? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so maybe this is Twitch only. That's unfortunate. I do have eligibility for going live. I do not understand. It says that I'm live. It says that I've been live. But like it's not showing up. I'm literally live, but it's not on my YouTube page. Okay, wonderful. We'll just have to hang out with Twitch then. It's very unfortunate. All right, Discord. Wait a minute. Why is it set to private? Public. Done. Save. That should make it available for everyone. Why was it automatically set to private? One step at a time. We're fixing this one step at a time. Why does it look like I'm wearing a mask when I look to the side? Whatever. Do I need to restart my stream? Let's end it. Actually, not yet. Let's end it this way. Okay. Now if we refresh this. Yay! We did it! We fixed it! All it took was a little bit of finagling. We're good. Now can I actually see my chat? I can! That was the first indication. Chat wouldn't show. It made me sad. So am I gonna get notifications that I went live? Yes. Awesome. Sorry, Twitch, you're no longer running solo. Just what it is. It is what it is. Buddy boy. All right. Okay, so I don't need this anymore. I don't need that anymore. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Finally ready to actually stream for once. There are a couple of things that I need to figure out, and there's a couple things I need to address. No, we need to plan for 2026 a little bit, get some ideas out there, and just I need to clean up a lot of stuff. So I clean up my thoughts about streaming and the videos I want to make. Get y'all some updates on where Sam's at and what we're going to do in the future. So this is going to be a shorter stream. I promised in my Discord that I would get a stream out before 2026, and this is literally the last chance to do so. So don't say I never did anything for you. So starting with the most basic cleanup, I finally have a decent backup system for Sam, which it's pretty cool. So I do have like a NAS, and I have backups and like etc. You don't need the whole technical layout, but I have a large USB. I have like you can like back up Wikipedia, which is pretty cool. You can get like an entire download of Wikipedia offline, and then there's a program you can use to open it and search through like Wikipedia pages. I am not a kind of like a bug out bag survivalist person, but I think it's great to have the entire backup of Wikipedia in literally your pocket. So I have a big USB that I keep on my little keychain in my pocket. I just carry around with me, and now I have Sam in my pocket too. I have a backup of Sam compressed in the pocket. It sounds kind of weird when I say it like that, but obviously I can't back up everything, but anything that I have configured or code that I've written, which is most of it, honestly, I'll have access to. Change logs, modules, operational like running loop, all of it. So that's good. If something happens and I lose, computers and access to things, I will not have to worry about losing Sam. I have talked a lot about wanting to upgrade Sam, and I have on the physical side, I've procured another little PC. I think it was in it wasn't for Prime Day, it was for something a while ago. I got a deal on like a new AI PC with like it's AMD based with unified memory. So I have basically you want as much RAM as you can get in a PC that's doing anything for AI, and now I have one with a good bit of RAM. Tried to work out the bugs with AMD's nightly build drivers, but didn't really work out well with Linux, which is another thing. With all of the BS going on with Windows, I decided to start switching over a lot of what I do to Linux. Now it's not completely one-to-one. A lot of Sam is already running in Linux, because you can run Linux within Windows pretty easily. A lot of Sam is already running in Linux, but it's not as easy as taking it and transferring it right over to actually a Linux distro like Ubuntu. Driver support's not the best, especially with NVIDIA, and then trying to get AMD's nightly drivers to work on Linux is a nightmare. So there's a lot of tinkering I have to do in behind the scenes, which I won't really be able to do on stream. I could stream those computers, but I'm not willing to go through all the purpose of the rigmarole of making sure no personal data is on there, like IP addresses and stuff like that. It's just not worth it. Although everything would be local, local IPs, so you wouldn't be able to get anything from it, but it's just not worth it. I've considered putting Sam on her own subnet or VLAN, not subnet. There's not really a reason to give her own VLAN. Yeah, there's not really a reason to give her own VLAN, since everything has to be connected to some degree anyways. There's just really, on the technical side, I need to learn how to do stuff like that, but it's just for other reasons and other stuff. I need to change this to live chat. Good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so without further ado, let us get into planning 2026. Now, the number one thing that I wanted to do in 2025 was move over from OneNote to Obsidian Notes. This is Obsidian Notes. Basically, you can, it creates .md files and it reads them into this. So you can put stuff on a, like put your .md files on, so like that's markdown files. You can put markdown files onto a USB and then access it anywhere. Like plug it into a computer, open Obsidian, and you immediately have, it's like OneNote in your pocket. You can also do, there's a couple of things you can do with backing those markdown files up to a cloud and make your own, like a free cloud to make your own OneDrive. Sorry, to make your own OneNote. You can use OneDrive, you can use Google Cloud to some degree, as long as you have it syncing across multiple computers. Not really a priority for me, but Obsidian Notes is really, really cool. So I can just type whatever text I want, or I can do, like, if you once you learn the markdown, you can do headers, different size headers with different things. Today we're gonna do, I think we're gonna do bullet points. We can also do, oh, wrong one. What is it? What's the markdown here? There's something here. What is it? Yeah, you can do checkboxes as well. But we're gonna do bullet points for markdown. So there's a framework that you want for goals. What in your professional life, in your personal life, it's the SMART framework. S for specific, M for, I can't remember. So it's specific. I know A is achievable. You know what? I've got a browser. I have a web browser for this. Exactly this reason. It's here. Perfect. Yeah. So we have specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So actually, we're going to do specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So I thought this was a real cheesy corporate thing until I actually started looking into it and actually used it. Okay, this isn't good. So I have been, I'd stalled out on working on SAM for a long time until I actually built a plan and kind of broke down exactly how I was going to achieve each thing. So for specific, we'll do the 5 W's as an example. Measurable makes sense. How will you know? Achievable. Can you actually do it? Relevant. Is it worthwhile? Like learning how to actually spell things on stream. And then time bound I'm angry because I hit some keybinds. Okay. Great. I actually need to change those keybinds. So perfect example. And then time bound set deadline. So do I need something more for specific? Okay, so the SMART framework is specific, so you know what you want. Measurable, so you know like what is actually done, so you know when it's actually done. Achievable is planning something that you know or you would expect that you can actually handle within. Obviously, if something crazy happens, for Sam, if the computers get fried or something happens and I with my job and I have to get a different job and it doesn't allow me to actually work on Sam. Obviously you can't predict every possibility, but do you expect to actually be able to do it? Relevant. If I have Sam learning how to hack, does that actually help me in my content? And actually what I want Sam to be able to do. And time bound, set a deadline, so it's not just out there loosey-goosey. You do it when you can. You do it, you plan, and you have an understanding of where that falls in with the other things that you need to do. So with that perspective, we're going to start mapping out what I want to do this year. One big thing with goals that I see a lot of people give advice for, or a lot of people set goals for, I've done it a lot before. So let's say, let's keep it specific. I want a specific sub count. All right. Then measurable. So I'll know that I have completed this goal when I have 1,000 subs. Okay. Makes sense. Achievable. I think it's achievable if I actually keep up with it. Relevant. I mean, yeah, it's exactly relevant to what I want to do. And then time bound, set a deadline. So let's say I can achieve it by March of 2026. This seems like a pretty decent goal that kind of matches everything. I know what I want. I have it, like I know exactly when it's completed. It's something I believe I can do, and it's worthwhile, obviously, because it's directly applicable, and there's a specific deadline on it. But this is an example of an absolutely horrible goal. Like it's good to have an idea of what you want, but to set it as a goal that you measure yourself by, it's horrible. Why is that? Because goals shouldn't, I can't type and talk. Goals shouldn't depend on other people. So having a sub goal depends on, so like right now I'm right around 800 subs. That depends on 200 people picking to subscribe, choosing to subscribe, and 800 people choosing not to unsubscribe. That's just a horrible goal in general because it depends on other people that I have no control over, right? So what's a better idea of a goal? So this is good goal is posting 10 videos per week, month. Having a good understanding of what I can do, right? So posting a video doesn't require anybody else. Obviously, YouTube still has to exist, so that's outside of the framework, the software actually being there. Posting a certain number of videos a week or month, however I want to understand it, is way better because I know what I want. It is measurable, it is achievable as long as I keep the number within what I can actually do. Relevant, it's directly in line with what I want to do. And time bound, I'm setting it per week or month, and I can easily evaluate as we go. and it doesn't depend on other people. So see, that's the kind of perspective of a good goal. An example of a good goal. Let's make this a little bit smaller so I can keep typing. So what I want to do, which I've already done, so we'll do. I'll make these smaller. Wow. I guess I have dyslexia of the fingers. Actual goals. What are my actual goals for 2026? I want to farm shorts. I've already started doing that today, and I pushed a button, which okay. So with the goals and the goal framework, boom, already gotten a short out of it. You might have been wondering why I was getting into all the corporate BS. That's why. So got a short out of this. So farming shorts is really important, especially with Sam. I need to get Sam out there. I need to get eyes on my videos, and YouTube Shorts is one of the best ways to do that. Maybe TikTok. I don't really know. I don't really know how to feel about. I don't really want to. It's probably good to do it and just not look at it. Genshin did pretty well on YouTube on YouTube Shorts. Did pretty okay on TikTok. I'm not sure. I want to start coding streams. So I need to be particular. Obviously, I'm not going to be working on an actual live production code for Sam. What it's going to be is proof of concept. I guess it could also be point of contact, huh? That's me, baby. Yeah, proof of concept. So one thing that I really dove into and fixed between my last stream and now is Sam being able to interact with chats. So she can see YouTube chats, she can see Twitch chats, she can also interact with Twitch channel point redemptions, followers, subs, I guess, bans. I just have to decide exactly what I want Sam to be able to work on for those. What I want her to be able to interact with. It's not really important in past chats and channel point redemptions because once I need to have a plan moving forward, right? Because if I follow this plan, what I'm wanting is more eyes on my videos and more eyes on my streams. That eventually leads to more chatters in streams, which at some point, if people are trying to send messages to Sam, it's going to get very backed up, and she's going to have to either dodge questions or somehow manage that to stay relevant with what's going on stream. So I need to transition away from chats being the main interaction point at some point. And the easiest way for Twitch is channel point redemptions as a start to that gate. I can limit the chats per hour. I can increase or decrease the amount of channel points it takes. That I think I can also work with Kick because that is channel point redemptions as well. But YouTube doesn't. So I was looking at, is there something I can do in the back end so that I can have, like, you have like StreamerBot or SlobsBot that keeps track of watch hours, and you can do some kind of points that way. But that's only for Twitch that I've seen. I haven't seen it for YouTube. So I would love to have a third-party solution that tracks watch hours and can assign points based on watch hours. that covers Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, but I don't know that exists. I can try to develop it, but I'm not sure. So interactions with Sam will be limited. I just have to figure out how I want to do this in the future. Mentioning Kick, I do want to stream on Kick and have integration set up. That's just another multi-stream thing that I have to do. Shouldn't be too intensive. OBS is OBS. Should be pretty easy. I want to simplify my OBS. Right now I have a solid 5-6 years of, my goodness, I've been streaming since, I think the first time I streamed was 2018. So I have 7 years of, soon to be 8 years of experimentation in scenes, and that's not okay for actually navigating. So I need to simplify my OBS, scenes, sources for recording, and plugins. Sam will have more control over stream as we work on development. So OBS needs to be simple for her to work with, just how it is. One thing that I have, oh, not what I wanted, it would be tab. Nope, it would be enter. So I've been watching informative videos from the VTuber Phlox Labs. Great VTube Studio content, or great VTube Studio tutorials, really helpful. On topic with the song, get to know VTube Studio. I want to be able to put stickers on my head, on Sam's head. I need to be able to toggle those stickers. If I want to make an animation where it has like a little spinny wheel on Sam's brain when she's thinking after a certain amount of time, whatever it is, I want to be able to do all of that toggleable. Get to know VTube Studio, set up non-collision keybinds. So, I have seen a couple AI VTubers, and I think they're all interesting. Obviously, Neurosama, Project J.A.Ison, and AI Rena Ren are 3 AI VTubers that I've seen. I think it's very interesting to watch them and get an understanding of what's going on behind the scenes to evolve this technology further. Back on what I said about coding streams, they're all going to be proof of concept. I will not be open sourcing any of the core of how Sam works. I'll talk about it a little bit from time to time, and there might be parts that I eventually open source, but everything right now is proprietary and it has to stay that way. Just to I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I don't want other people to just clone and just randomly build off my work. I think at some point I'll open source whatever I have at this point right now, when it's way more complex, but just isn't my cup of tea to give away that kind of thing for free. I've put a lot of hard work into this, and I'm pretty sure Project J.A.Ison is open source, and some parts of Neurosama's integration are, but I think right now we're still in the fledgling AI VTuber kind of industry. Any more simple AI VTubers are, or the more complex they are, the more closed source I think they should be for now, at least. On because it's a biased take for me because I'm part of that. Getting to the point where it's more complex. I watched a stream recently where Neuro was driving around in Cyberpunk, like an actual integration with the game itself. That is way outside of the scope for what I can do for coding Sam. So the closest will be commenting on streams and stuff for now. Let's see here. I already have it in my notes to clean up Sam's code and get something usable and reusable over and over and over for different calls and stuff like that. Right now, her code's a mess. It's just bad. It's just so bad. I'm getting more into writing production code or closer to production ready code with doc strings and type annotation and things like that. So it's gonna be a year, honestly. This year I also I have to re-up one of my Microsoft certs, which I have to do every year, which is not a big deal. I can get that knocked out in a day or two. I do need to do some studying for a CompTIA cert, which is a headache because I hate those certs so much. So as we get later into the year, I'm going to be more pressed for time, I think. So I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to try to not let that affect my my videos. But I need to have that resolved by February of 2027. So let me think here. Okay, I just messed up again. Benchmarking videos. Sam needs benchmarks that you guys can see, so you have an understanding of her progression, and so it feels a little bit more like a little bit more transparent, a little bit more like I don't want to say like a group effort, but more for a community, so you can see her grow over time. So what are we gonna do? Moral. What are they even called? Like the trolley problem. I don't even remember. What are they called? Thought experiments, ethical thought experiments. So we want to hear what she's thinking and hear how she solves different ethical problems or ethical dilemmas. We want to, what was it? Would you rathers, I think would be fun. I think we'll have to come up with some more benchmarks for her personality and thought processes. While I'm on the topic of Sam and benchmarking, her memory is going to get a massive overhaul at some point. I'm working on a list of upgrades for her currently, and a list of upgrades that'll be part of her V2, not V3. There is a massive upgrade for her text to speech that I'm not currently using, because her voice will probably have to change, which is very unfortunate. I don't like that. But I'll have to pick a date, put it on the calendar, so that everybody knows, everybody in my community at that point knows that things will be changing. Yeah. All right, so we're going to be farming shorts like we did already, coding streams, proof of concept, streaming on Kick 2, simplifying OBS. Again, so we'll do Sam integration. YouTube Studio, setting up non-collision keybinds, things I'm not accidentally going to hit as well. Sam integration. Sam already has some level of control over OBS, or some level of interaction with it. I want her to be able to control it the way she wants. If she wants to switch between scenes, she can switch between scenes, or if I ask her to. So it'll be a mixture, co-streaming and co-controlling. There's a chance I do a stream at some point where she has access to the end stream button. I think it would be hilarious, but I'm not sure how that's going to work out with, like, I don't want her to have that the nuclear launch codes every single time. You want to have access, obviously you want to have access to the stream key, whatever. I've thought about the future, like, do I want Sam to be able to do collabs? Technically she can now. I'm not sure. Not positive. As things get more complex, I need to focus on solo content, content with just Sam and I. And I'm honestly, I don't know that many people in the VTubing space. So at some point, I'm sure I'll interact with people more. But as of right now, we're gonna stay in our own lane and just have a good time. When it comes to Sam playing video games, the framework that I have is robust enough to generalize to video games past Outer Worlds. Where's the Outer Worlds video? So, she played Outer Worlds on stream with me. Looking forward to Outer Worlds 2. Outer Worlds 2 was not as big of a success as I wanted, or as I was hoping that it would be, and I just didn't capitalize off of anything there because it was just such I don't know, it didn't feel new and exciting. I want to be able to play new games with Sam. I just need to have a great understanding of if she's gonna understand unconventional health bars, unconventional stamina bars, menus, things like that. She can already read text that I have on screen, so I can ask her what something says and she can summarize it, which is pretty cool. I just need to, it's very generalizable in its in how it works. I just need to make sure my implementation works across everything. So 45 minutes is a bit shorter than what I was looking at. I was looking to hit an hour on today's stream, but I think I'm okay with this. Our stream had some bumpy parts. I have to review my footage, look at my VTube model, and make sure everything's okay on that end. I did commission a new toggle for my personal VTuber model for one of these goals that I'm going to implement during one of them. You're just gonna have to guess which one for now, and see whenever we get there. I hope you all had a great 2025. I know it's been really tough for a lot of people, myself included, but we got through 2025. 2026 will be much the same. We'll get through that as well. One step at a time, one day at a time, stream at a time. So I guess my real goal for 2026 is to provide honestly, just being gut level, provide a place where you don't have to worry about anything else, right? I don't talk about I try not to talk about things that go on in the world. I'll talk about AI stuff, which might be a little dystopian, but I try not to talk about really anything but coding, AI, Sam, the game that I'm playing. So if you need a place to hang out and ignore all of that BS, that's where I want my streams and my videos to be. So with that, I think I will wrap up tonight's stream. I appreciate everybody who swung by. I did let it go a long ass time between streams, which is my bad. And I've already done quite a few things to start getting kind of everything in line to stream more often. I've already started to get to know VTube Studio. I've already started to simplify OBS. And I guess today I started farming shorts. So I appreciate your time. It is a valuable currency. I'm starting to get a little sleepy. It's been a while since I streamed and talked for 45 minutes straight. Goodness gracious. I've got some work to do. Gotta do some housework, you know, some dishes, stuff like that. I will catch you in the next stream, and I will catch you in the next year as well. Have a great night, everybody.